Come on, brother.
The world is expecting him, but it doesn't know him. He comes in quiet. Since you don't know me, I'm coming without observation. It don't mean you can't see me. You just don't know what you're looking at. So you're looking but can't see. You cannot observe. See, and men of that kind of power, they can come just like we come. You don't know me, I don't know you. I can't look at you and see what's in your brain. You can't look at me and see what is in my brain. But if I demonstrate, you can say, ooh. Like sometimes you meet a man that's a master at his art, karate, and you walk up on him, he's so humble, you feel you could knock him down. Look, nigga, don't tell me. And you jump all in his face and he acts cool and backs up. You say, I told you that nigga was scared of me. And then you see him in a demonstration, you say, oh my God. I almost got myself killed.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So you don't know anybody just by looking at them. You only know them by the demonstration that they make manifest. Do you hear me? So there was no sense for him to talk, because talk would not make the people believe. He had to demonstrate who he was. And how would he demonstrate? Boy, he chose a difficult thing to do. He would come to the west and he would walk among the dead, and to show his power he would raise one from the dead. Now that's very heavy. That's really something. Now you figure, look, you know somebody that you love is dead? Yeah, a lot of people. Suppose I said to you, you know somebody that you love is dead, I'd like to bring them back for you. You say, wait a minute. I mean, I love them, but I don't know when I'm ready to see them.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Are you sure you can do that? Sure. Where did you bury him? And if you took me out to the cemetery and I said a few words and whatnot, and all of a sudden they start coming up out that casket, either you drop dead from fright, or you would know that this man got some extraordinary power, because he can do something that no man had ever done before. Now, Master Farrakhan Muhammad didn't do that, but he did something equal to and superior to that. To show forth his power, I want you to see something. He takes an unlearned man who only completed the 4th grade of school, on welfare. He meets him in Detroit, and he teaches this man for 3 years and 4 months. That's all. He says, well, in other words, you got it now. Go ahead. I'm with you, but I have my own work I have to do, and I will meet you at another time. And he leaves. Nobody knows where he went. He's just gone. But he leaves a witness of himself behind. And then everybody jumps on his man. And they rise up against him, claiming that he's a false man. They bring him to prison, they chase him, they try to kill him, but after 12 years, he's out. And he begins to grow right in America. The government is aware of him. They bring him before the courts and say, Elijah, you trying to make your people Muslims. He said, but your people only love sport and play, and fornication and rolling of the dice and drinking hard liquor. And Elijah Muhammad looked at him and said, it has been that way. He said, trying to make your people Muslims, Elijah, is like putting pants on an elephant. He said, well, I got one pant leg on already. Now look, the judge know who he's looking at. He lets him go. Let him go and work among you, because he's made you so deaf, dumb, and blind, he don't think that any of you will listen to Elijah, because Elijah has an impediment of speech. He doesn't speak necessarily a very articulate language, so he laughs at him and thinks you won't hear him. So Elijah goes to work right in your midst, preaches the doom of the government, and then opens up the mind of the white man and goes right to the root of his brain and said, your father made you a devil. Your father was Yaqub, one of our black scientists. Now wait a minute. All of y'all say, oh hell, that's mythology. Mythology, my foot. Nigga, the white man is here. How the hell did he get here? He's not a myth. And what produced him is not a myth. And he's a baby on the earth. Where did he come from? If you are asleep and the white man is awake, when did you go to sleep? And if a white man is ruling you asleep, you can't judge him as wise. He's not wise ruling you asleep. He'll only be considered great if he can rule you after you are awake. And there's no awakened black man on earth that the white man can rule. Not one. You dead. You got eyes, but you can't see. Ears can't hear. Tongue can't speak. You on a dead level. You live like the lower animals, though you were made to be in the likeness of God himself. So he raised one man up from the dead, Elijah. Elijah means God is with us. For unto us child is born. The name Emmanuel means God is present. How do you know God is present? Because the blind can see, the deaf hear, the dumb speak, the lame walk, and the dead are being raised to life. Niggas who are afraid of everything and everybody stand up boldly and talk to the enemy and back the enemy up. That's what Malcolm was. He was a convict that Elijah touched. And you saw the presence of God in Malcolm X. Malcolm was different than Martin. Martin would want to get along with white folk. Malcolm kicked their backside, brother. White people feared Malcolm. They pushed and promoted Dr. King, but they condemned Malcolm until Dr. King got some more strength and started opposing the government. Then they condemned them both. Now this man, Farrakhan Muhammad, that we've never seen, but his guidance was in Elijah Muhammad. And Elijah put the guidance all out there in the public. Now you find yourself thinking thoughts that black men never thought before. It is not an accident. You don't just come up with thinking. Dead people do not think. So if you're thinking today, somebody caused you to think. Somebody acted on you or your mother. The books you're reading today have been affected by Elijah Muhammad. All your scholarship, you black nationalists, that don't want to recognize Elijah Muhammad. You not quoting all out of Garvey. You quoting Garvey, you quoting Noble Drew Ali, but you heavily copying Elijah Muhammad. But you don't use his name, you use Malcolm's name. But when you use Malcolm, you're saying Elijah because Malcolm was Elijah's student. Before Elijah Muhammad left us, he began talking very strong. Always talking strong, but this time he was talking strongly about himself. He said, you've been looking for that Jesus. He said, I am he. I'm telling you what he said. He said, you've been praying for that one. He said, I am he. Before, he would never talk like this. But in the end, he was telling you and me who he was and said to us very straightforward. He said, in the name of Allah, I will bring down the judgment on this people. I, a black man born among you, will judge the white man. Listen now, man, I don't really give a damn whether you believe or disbelieve. But I got a job to do, and I'm going to do my job. And my job is to make his great commission known, brother. You don't even realize how great a people you are, that the Messiah that the whole world is looking for would come right up out of you. He would be a man raised from the dead, not out of the cemetery. You are the dead, and one would come up from among you that would be anointed to crush the wicked. Anointed by that great Mahdi, Master Farad Muhammad, to crush the wicked. A man with power to kill. A man with power to heal. Not a spook, not a spirit. This is why I would never change the back page of the paper that Elijah Muhammad said on point number 12 of what the Muslims believe. And lastly, he said, we believe that Allah came in the person of Master W. Farad Muhammad, the long-awaited Messiah of the Christians, Mahdi of the Muslims. Why don't you change that, Farrakhan? For what? If a man come to set down the government of America, set down the wicked, you can't say that's man's work. That's the work of the omnipotent God. And if it came in a man, then he's correct when he said Allah came in the person of a man. Because the power that Master Farad Muhammad used to raise the dead is the power of Allah. And the power that he will use to make a man worthy to destroy the enemy is the power of Allah. Now why, Farrakhan, then do I talk so bold? Why do I have the confidence that no weapon formed against me will prosper? None whatsoever. Some devil put it in the paper, Farrakhan looking for police protection. The day that Farrakhan called for police to protect him, you better know he's a hypocrite. The hell do I need a police to protect me? I come and go as I please. And I am protected by a power bigger than police. Can't you tell? Don't you realize? Don't you realize that something wonderful has happened among you? You didn't realize it when Elijah Muhammad was physically among you, but he's dead. He's not dead. He's not dead. You are just like the silly Christians who saw Jesus on the cross and said, oh, it's over, it's finished. Then at the day of Pentecost, he shows up and his disciples are preaching a resurrected Christ. That Bible is not a book of mythology, it's real. But it ain't real 2,000 years ago. It's real right now, 1986. That book is real, brother and sister. The man that the book is talking about is a man born from among you. A Jesus was in our midst, opening the eyes of the blind, making the deaf hear, the dumb speak, the lame walk, and raising up a dead nation. And the same government that conspired against King conspired against the Jesus. But look how great the Jesus is. See, when they think they get rid of you, God raises up a witness for you.
Come on, brother. Go ahead.
I am Elijah Muhammad's witness. Since I am not my own teacher, didn't teach myself, I was taught by him. Then Master Farrakhan Muhammad was born and has now the key of the power over the universe in his hand. He raises Elijah, just like the book says. He becomes the Christ and he gives him the key to kill, destroy the wicked, because the wicked are not destroyed by the omnipotent God. He gives it over into the hand of his servant to do the judging. And to prove that that man is alive and well.
You are now listening to Addiction Beats.
8 years ago, I started to rebuild the Nation of Islam with nothing. No money. They say I had 10,000 followers. There was no followers.
Right.
Nobody but me, one, and Brother Jabril. And the first one that believed in me and was willing to help me was Brother Wahid. He didn't know what was going on. He saw me come out of a room with a new light. And he said, whatever it is, Brother Farrakhan, I'm with you. He didn't know what it was, but immediately I started teaching. And he was a witness that when I woke up, I started talking about the Nation of Islam and people began listening. I had my sight again. I had my focus again. I had my purpose again. I woke up in my right mind. Look now, I'm telling you about your brother. A man that you are looking at and don't know what you're witnessing. You are witnessing Elijah's triumph right in me. I will not be defeated. They haven't got no brains in the world big enough to defeat Louis Farrakhan and what I represent. Look. Not that I can't be defeated, but what I represent can't be defeated. And as long as I stay on the foundation that my Father gave me, I cannot be uprooted. Yeah. I started with just a handful. My enemies were powerful. The government, Warren Dean, his followers, they laughed. The nation can't be rebuilt. Many of the old followers that had been trained by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they would come and look at me, but they wouldn't help me. They would come around for a minute, watch, and when they didn't see me divvying up the money with them,
Yes, come on, brother. That's right.
said, we'll be with you, Farrakhan, just divvy up the money. I said, look, this ain't no gang of damn thieves robbing a bank, so we gotta divvy up money.
Come on, brother.
You didn't ask Elijah Muhammad to divvy up no money.
Come on, brother. That's
Divvy up what?
right.
You didn't bring nothing to the pot. This is to build a nation. You get your share, but we ain't dividing nothing. This ain't no spoils. We're not robbing the people. They come and they go back. So that nigga ain't gonna last 2 years. That nigga ain't gonna last 3. That nigga really gone now. When I mentioned in 1981 that Elijah Muhammad was alive,
Come on. Come on.
I knew I was taking a chance. Because I know you don't believe when you have a funeral and a body. How in the hell can a man come behind that and say that Elijah Muhammad is alive physically? His son said, I washed his body. I know he's dead. I say, I know you think he's dead. He's alive. Have you seen him, Farrakhan? No, I ain't seen him. Have you heard from him? No, not until recently. But, no, I gotta tell you, in the month of September, I heard from him. Take it or leave it alone. I really don't care nothing about what you think. I'll tell you, you can believe or disbelieve. You ain't worthy to lie to.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't have to lie to you to make you my brother. If I wanted to lie to you, the truth is so much easier if I said he's dead and gone, but I'm just standing in for him. That's believable. You can accept that. That's rational. But when a man who is rational says something that is completely irrational, that he's not dead, he's alive. And he and the Mahdi are together, and he has been empowered, and he backs me up. He and the Mahdi. You can't defeat him.
Come on.
I'm in the world to crush the wicked. He'll make me able to destroy them. That's what the Jews know about my future that you don't know. That's why they say stop him now. Don't let the nigga get where he's going, because he'll kill us all. Not me, my father. But I damn sure am anxious to help him.
Go ahead, brother.
4 years working hard, traveling like a man crazy, like Paul. And everywhere I go, there's a fire there. A man can't build a nation and organize people traveling. And for 8 years, I've been on like a whirlwind. And only Allah himself and only Elijah Muhammad has kept the Muslims. Kept you. Because certainly my hand was not personally present. So if you didn't have the faith, you couldn't continue. But I'll be home in a minute. I got a few more ticks to make. You just watch.